And I think I'm going to start record right now. There we go. Okay, we should be recording. And like I said, this is going to be Faux against 12-inch ELO. This is going to be the first scrim of the day. I think there's going to be 3 or 4 more games after this. Not quite sure, but we'll see how it all works out. Any amount of scrims that we can do is going to be for the better. So let me close this here. There we go. So we're just waiting on them to start. I know that 12-inch ELO can be a very strong team if they can put all their teamwork together. Sometimes they do slip a little bit, but they do a good job. So we'll see how good Faux is. I hope it's Faux and not Fox or Fuck or something. I don't know. It looks Faux to me. So yeah, we're just waiting for this thing to start. Excuse me. Get a little drink there. I'm interested to see the picks and bans. I don't know how serious these guys are going to be playing. I don't know if this is a team. I think this is a team that they play a lot. I think that's what I was told earlier. So if it is, then it should be a pretty even game because they'll know each other pretty well. But well, I'm interested to see the bans here, if they're going to troll ban or exactly what they're going to get done with this. But again, we are just kind of waiting here. Let's look at the ELOs. Ooh, Innocence is up to 1705 top rating. That's pretty baller. Alright, looks like we're getting the ready to go, so it should be starting right about now. And here we go. Time for picks and bans. Blue team is going to get the home pick and home ban. First pick and first ban. And first ban is going to be Morgana. Great pick. Morgana is really tough to lane against in the middle. I don't know. I really think she's one of the strongest middles right now, because not just because of her passive and her infinite farming ability, but she also just completely annihilates with her ultimate. She just runs into the middle of everyone, and stun and death is basically what happens. Shen is going to be the first ban for 12-inch ELO. Pretty good ban. He's really strong solo top now, and is strong in the jungle too. Ever since his rework, he's been really strong. Shyvana, she's a very strong top as well, and jungler. I'm sure everybody knows that at this point though, so Shaco. I freaking hate Shaco. Shaco's like my least favorite champ ever. It's not one of these things where he's so unbeatable or anything. It's just he can have such a strong early game where it just demoralizes your team and you can't even get to the late game. So I don't know, it's just one of those things where it doesn't work out, and then by late game, like if you can make it into late game, Shaco can't really do very much, but that's alright. And Warwick, so looks like some jungle champs being banned here. I'm interested to see how this is going to play out. It does open up the door for maybe a jungle Udyr or Skarner. Skarner's very strong as well. I think I saw some Ahri play from 12-inch ELO the other day, so Ahri would be a good pick middle, especially without the Morgana there to cause problems. LeBlanc, first pick, so it looks like it's going to be the anti-mage. So we'll see how they respond with that LeBlanc pick. And looks like Misfortune and Janna, so that should be a really strong lane. Misfortune really takes away any healing potential with her W, I believe. No, it's her Q. What am I talking about? Her Q. And Janna just with her shield. I think, if I remember correctly, it is a free BF sword at level 5 for shield. So, like, that's going to be a very strong lane, I think, and very tough composition. But the counter pick with Caitlyn does have a little bit more range, but I feel as the game goes on, I think that Misfortune can really do more. And the Jungle Nocturne, I've seen goods and bads with Jungle Nocturne. Like, obviously, I'm not the most pro player among us, but oh, and changed it to Maokai. So then I get to spare my spiel about Nocturne. Maokai and his stuns and his ultimate. His ultimate, I think, is one of the most underrated abilities in the game. Oh, and he changes back to Nocturne. Ugh, messing me up. So yeah, like, I've seen the good and the bad with the Nocturne. I think if Nocturne can go in and counter jungle effectively, then he can basically control the game from that point on. But if not, then he can get really weak really fast, I think. Like, I think too many people rely on the spell shield, and then it ends up just not really working out very well for him. And it looks like it's going to be Ahri mid. We'll see how she fares against the LeBlanc first pick. It's going to be interesting. If they can get into late game, LeBlanc's not like Shaco. Like, LeBlanc's really strong. She'll just melt your face early mid game, but she doesn't really scale well into late game. So the longer the games it goes on, I think the better it's going to look for 12-inch ELO. And also, if LeBlanc doesn't get any kills, then she just early game, then she just kind of collapses. And we're looking for the last two picks. Oh, and Jungle Oak. I guess it's not Oak, it's Maokai. I don't know, we had this huge argument about it the last tournament I casted. But he's a tree. I just think he's made of oak. I'm going to say this joke every time I see Maokai. It's just not going to work. But yeah, Maokai is pretty strong. As I said, his ultimate and his trap is really, really good. His root. And also, you know, sapling poke is just the coolest thing ever. So it's interesting. Ryze so far. I guess Ryze would go top. And then Caitlyn and Tarek bottom. That's a pretty good lane with the double stun. And LeBlanc middle and Nocturne jungle. That's going to be an interesting matchup. Kog'Maw, Lee Sin. What's going to happen? We need a top. Come on, Cole. Give me a good top. Jarvan would be a good pick. Yeah, are they going to keep with Jarvan? That could be a good pick. Yeah, Jarvan's really strong top. I think he's really underrated. He got nerfed to hell. Irelia's even better, so if you choose Irelia. Yeah, he's going to lock in as Irelia. Irelia's really strong top. I haven't played Irelia very much, but I know that she's really strong. She can control the game. She has just like infinite sustain up there, and you know, there goes the joke of, oh, Maokai's too strong, nerf Irelia. So here we go. The teams are set. It's going to be LeBlanc, Nocturne, Caitlyn, Ryze, and Tarek on the one side. And 12-inch ELO will have Irelia, Misfortune, Maokai, Ahri, and Janna. Looks like it's going to be a Janna Misfortune bottom lane with Irelia going top, and Maokai is going to start in the jungle with Ahri going mid. I think the key matchup here is going to be how well Ahri does against LeBlanc, assuming LeBlanc does go mid. I can imagine where else she would go, but it could surprise me. If Ahri doesn't have very strong showing against LeBlanc, then it could go south really quickly. LeBlanc will start roaming, and then the game will just completely go downhill from there. Much like a Shaco kind of thing. If Shaco gets those early kills from the jungle, then you know he can just take over the game, and you won't be able to get to late game to where you can beat him. Also interesting, I think, is going to be what happens with Ryze, because if Ryze goes middle, and then I guess like LeBlanc goes top or bottom, I just don't see that really working out too well, especially with the CC on the bottom lane, and then Irelia would be able to do well against LeBlanc. But I don't know. I think if Ryze goes top, then LeBlanc, or then Irelia will, after like a few levels anyway, will be able to do pretty well, unless I'm missing something here and there's some kind of meta that I'm forgetting. But we are in the delay period. We do have 2 minutes left until the game actually starts. This is to prevent against ghosting and any other forms of cheating, even though it can still happen. Hopefully it will never happen, but that's okay. We do have 1 minute 50 seconds left, so I'm gonna have to keep your time up for this point. Let's see what else. I think the bottom lane, if bottom lane is going to be Caitlyn Tarek, which I believe it's going to be, that double stun is going to be interesting to go against. I know Janna can basically do an instant CC with her tornado and has the slow with her little bird thing. I can't remember what it's called. I'll see when we get in the game. But that double stun, if Tarek puts down the stun and then Caitlyn puts down the trap, either right behind or right in front or right on, and really gets that chain stun going, then I think it could go really south for Misfortune. But it's not really a heal lane anyways, or a lane that really relies on heal on the bottom. So I think that Misfortune's heal debuff is going to be a little bit waste in that lane, but it's alright. It might just be good counter picking. That can really shut down a lot of characters though. Like it can shut down Mundo, any kind of like heavy heal lane like Nidalee and that relies a lot on heals like Nidalee and Tryndamere. Well, Tryndamere can just kind of spin in and kill Misfortune, but still, it ends up working out pretty well. And I think Misfortune, like she needs I wouldn't say rework. She needs a little bit of help, I guess you could say. But I think she's kind of underrated. I've seen some really good Misfortune play, and I've seen some really bad Misfortune play. It's just I think she's one of those champs where if a good player is playing her, then you can really do well, and if not, then well, then not. So anyway, I'd like to say thank you for all 7 viewers that we have right now. That is way a lot of viewers, and hopefully we get 7 more. And then another 7, and then another 7, and soon we'll be bigger than Hotshot GG. But anyway, so we are getting started here. We're going to the loading screen. It is going to be Faux versus 12-inch ELO. And ooh, like that Nocturne skin. I have the same one. It's really, I think, the best one. And that Ryze skin's pretty cool. It makes him look a little too, I don't know. But no armor of the 5th Age Tarek. Makes me sad on the inside. And Shaggy has the Christmas tree Maokai skin, which I think is the best skin as well. He throws little presents of doom, and then you just like, oh, I want to open it, and you're like, no, I can't open it because it's gonna explode in my face. That's what she said. Anyway, we are getting started here. We're just waiting for a few other people to load, and then we'll get into the little opening here, see if anybody invades. As far as level 1 strength, I think that that 12-inch ELO definitely has an advantage here for level 1. So if they wanted to invade, I think they could. I don't know if they're going to want to play that aggressive and risk it, or what's going to happen with that. But we'll see. We'll see. Looks like we're going to get started here really soon. Come on, you can load. I swear you really do want to load. Sweet. Looks like we're good. Okay, alright, and we've gotten started. So, let's see what happens here. No, see, early CV's going down. I think they pretty much know where things are going to happen. Looks like purple team, which is going to be 12-inch ELO. You guys don't want me to play J4. That's funny. Looks like 12-inch ELO is going to do a little bit of aggression here. We'll see what happens. They are going to group up around the Wraith area. And a present is going to go down, waiting for anybody to come up. Looks like LeBlanc and Tarek are taking a little extra time there. I don't know how well that will do, but CV does go down, and Jen is leading the charge, puts a ward in that bush, can see all of them now. And it looks, I think it would be best for them to back off a little bit if they know what's good for them. And it looks like they are going to change to go down to red. I think this Nocturne is going to start at red. There are a few different styles of Nocturne. Anybody who's pro Nocturne can let me know either way. But there are a few different styles of Nocturne, where to start, what to do, and see which one's more effective. But it does look like this one, they are going to start on the bottom and maybe invade again and try and get this blue. Let's see, it looks like boots 3 across the board for everyone right now. Tarek and Janna doing a pretty standard opening here for support players. CV does go down, and it looks like they might try to catch this Janna. The Ryze Prism does go down, but it looks like they're only going to get about half health from the Janna right there. So looks like the invade shenanigans are over. And as I said, Ryze is starting with Sapphire. Everybody else is starting with Boots 3, except for our support characters, who obviously wouldn't start with Boots 3. It's a pretty good standard opening. Gives you mobility, gives you strength, miss those skill shots. And looks like they are going to start at blue for the Shagster. And Ahri is going middle, and just as suspected, Misfortune and Jana are at the bottom, with Irelia laying claim to the top. Ryze uses his teleport early. We'll see if that comes to hurt him a little later. And is going to be against Irelia here. But like I said, I think the key matchup early is going to be how Ahri defends against this this onslaught from LeBlanc. If this LeBlanc knows what's good for her, she will play a little bit more aggressive earlier. But I think Maokai can punish that. So it is going to be an interesting matchup, and she is going to try to zone as much as she possibly can. And it looks like actually Ahri did take a little chunk out there, so so a little bit of whoopsie daisies there. I know like LeBlanc isn't as good until she gets her little combo down, so that might be the strategy there that I actually didn't think of. And she does, and she jumps back, and see, that's the kind of thing that really takes a bit getting used to, because she has her potions because she got Boots 3, and she actually Irelia is actually completely out of potions right now. Uses all 3 against the Ryze, and I think this early aggression from it looks like Nocturne is going to come in from the side. Is he actually going to make it? Is he going to go in? He's got a little window here. Oh, just as she goes back, Ahri does the taunt down on Nocturne, and basically no harm done. And meanwhile, Maokai is going to the top to try and get this Ryze, and it looks like he is going to go down, and he does, with Irelia getting that first blood. That does not bode well for the Ryze on the top, especially since it looked like it was going to be a little bit of a mismatch there anyway. And any more kills that you give to Irelia, you let her snowball, and she just kind of starts just butt fucking everybody all around the map. She's just like, "Hi, I'm Irelia. See you later." But it looks like LeBlanc is taking some of these Ahri hits to the face, is playing a little bit more passive, especially after using her potions there. There goes another one. As far as CS is going pretty evenly. Looks like 12-inch ELO does have a slight advantage. As of this moment, Ryze is getting pretty well zoned out of CS, or he just isn't last hitting well enough. And it looks like LeBlanc is coming in for a good hit, but Ahri gets down the taunt, and they're both pretty low right now. And ooh, LeBlanc uses that, what is that move called? The apparition thing. Oh my gosh, I'm dying here. Distortion. Yes, distortion. And that really is the struggle with LeBlanc. Like, you can have a really good early against her, but she's just so anti-mage that she can go in and go out without taking any damage there. So, looks like bottom lane is getting pushed pretty hard right now. No fault of CS or anything like that. Looks like it is going pretty well. Nocturne is going up, maybe trying to get a gank on Irelia here. See how it works out. If he can get a good fear on, he might be able to do some damage, but she is really close to the turret, and Ryze is pushing kind of hard. Looks like Maokai and Nocturne are going to meet each other here just by accident, and he runs away, knows that this is not going to happen. Is Irelia going to come down and try and do it, but Maokai isn't giving chase. So it looks like no harm done. Just going back, killing the golems, and going back to laning. CV does go down. I believe that was CV from the purple team. Unless, nope, it was CV from the blue team, because definitely saw it there. And Shaggy is going to have nothing doing as far as that's concerned. Bottom lane's been pretty even so far, with not much going on. Some aggression, a little bit of aggression happening. Misfortune and Jana are pushing the lane slightly. But otherwise, pretty even game so far, with the Irelia, sorry, not Ahri, getting the early kill against Ryze up top. once again, I feel like it's kind of a mismatch. We'll see how it plays out, but if they can really shut down Ryze and then really make Irelia tick, I guess you can say. It looks like LeBlanc is going in for a little bit of a burst in here. That's the burst I'm talking about. It does a good... Well, that didn't do too much health right there. I don't know if she got... Oh, there's the full combo. Half health is gone. Ahri is taking some good damage. Is she going to die? Yes, she is, and LeBlanc. And that is the problem with LeBlanc. And meanwhile, on the bottom, Janna is taken out by Caitlyn. That's double stun working at its finest there. So that's really what you got to watch out for. They don't want to let this game slip from them too hard. As LeBlanc getting that kill in the middle, and then the double stun going down on that Janna. Caught a little bit out of position. A little bit of fight for blue here. Nocturne is going to try and steal it from Maokai. He's probably going to wait here a little bit right in the wings. LeBlanc is coming in, and there's looks like 3. Maokai's got to get out of here. I don't think he can see all of them. And oh, there goes all 3 down. The burst is going down the fear, and he goes down with Caitlyn coming in from behind. Shaggy can't be too happy about that right now. And that blue is going to go straight to the blue team. Har, har, har. So, interesting turn of events here. What turned into an early advantage. They really needed to be careful with that, with the double stun lane and plus the LeBlanc lane. And those 2 early kills, let's hope it doesn't rattle them too bad. And they can still make a good game out of this. But yeah, so just resetting right now. It looks like that 12-inch ELO still does have the creep advantage as far as my sheet looks. Yes, they definitely do, just slight. But LeBlanc looks like she's going down, and ooh, that was a great ultimate and ignite there by Ahri, making it happen and stealing back that blue just for them. And Irelia coming in, doing some aggression here on Ryze, taking out a good bit of health. There's nothing really Ryze can do once his cooldowns are gone. And Maokai is coming in, going to root. There's the root. And that stun looks like it's going to be the end for Ryze here with the Irelia ultimate going down. And yes, it does. Irelia gets the kill. So good job there. Good awareness there by our good friend Maokai, because without that root there, Ryze probably would have gotten away there. And it looks like Irelia is going to push that lane just slightly, maybe go back, maybe help out mid, maybe go for red. Maybe go for red. So I really wish that there was like a color here so I could see whose CVs these are. That's alright. But we are at 3-3. Looks like both teams are kind of making little mistakes, but not too bad. Pretty good play on the bottom so far, except for that double stun that ended up in the death. LeBlanc landing the combo. Half of Ahri's health is now gone, and she needs to watch out now, or she'll give back that blue buff once again. Looks like LeBlanc is going to try and zone here a little bit. Maybe make something happen. Maokai is going to come from the side and see if he can get a good root off, but she does not have much health. And oh, just misses the train. But it looks like it was for the better. Like, is going to do some damage against, and the taunt misses. Nocturne ultimate going down, and does not look like he warped to anyone, or did he? Oh, yes, he did. He warped to the bottom, I guess, or maybe it was just to take away vision. I didn't see the actual warp. So maybe it was, maybe it wasn't just take away vision. It doesn't look like anybody really took a huge amount of damage there. So yeah, Ahri is still pretty low here in the middle, and LeBlanc is healing back all of that health right there. Looks like Caitlyn is going to try and be a little bit more aggressive now that she knows exactly where Maokai is. Tarek is going to go up and place some more wards. They can see him. Maokai is going to come. Nope. He's just putting him there just to show, pointing him out just to show that he is going to place down a ward. And he did place down a ward right at Dragon. Some good shields are going down by Janna to give that little extra attack damage there. And Ahri did go back, still with that blue buff. Shouldn't have much time left on that thing. Yeah, it's almost over. Meanwhile, on the top, looks like Nocturne is giving a little bit more support to the Ryze there. Meanwhile, Maokai is just wreaking havoc with Nocturne's jungle. But he looks like he is going to come down from behind. Going to try and get a root here on Caitlyn. It's going to go down, and there it goes. But they're kind of out of position with the Crystallize, I think it is, from Taric. But Taric is going to go down with the Ahri ult. Just too much burst there to take away. And Caitlyn will get away, I think. Yep, Caitlyn will get away with about 2/3 health. And this should be a good free dragon here for our good 12-inch ELO team. So that kill there really kind of set up a good dragon attempt. I don't think LeBlanc would be silly to try. Even if she steals, I think it wouldn't really be worth the kill gold. But she is going to try and get Janna, but she doesn't get to catch her off guard. Gets the chains down on Ahri. Somebody is warping in, and I believe, yes, I do believe, yes, they did. And they did get the dragon, and Shaggy is taking a lot of damage from that ignite. He needs to get out of there. Aurelia is coming in and doing a ton of damage with a great taunt going down by Ahri. And Janna doing the best to heal as many as she can there. Good Janna heal. Looks like Taric is there for some more. Tried to do as much as he could, but was not there in time. So it is now 4-3. And a pretty good advantage in gold is building up here for... Oh, and LeBlanc comes in for the gank, and Nocturne just completely destroys vision there. LeBlanc going for the double kill, and she will get it. So that's the problem with LeBlanc. She is up to 3-1, and we are only 13 minutes in the game. So she does get those early kills, and she will be a force to reckon with for the rest of the game. So Maokai is going to come in and start the blue for Ahri. Always good to get that blue for your middle guy. It's going to be interesting though. See how they reacts. If LeBlanc is going to play a little bit more aggressive against the Ahri, maybe to steal that. But Ahri really needs that blue and really needs to get back in the lane to continue farming. She only has 72 compared to Aurelia's 90 on top. And Caitlyn is kind of running away with the bottom with 101. And they do take out the turret on the bottom, as we were talking about giving blue. And looks like LeBlanc is going to get her blue from Nocturne, and the CV does go down, so they can see that it's going to happen. I think that they saw the CV. And Maokai is going to come in here and try and steal it, and nope, doesn't get here in time. But the combo from LeBlanc is down, so this could be a good opportunity here, but it is 2v3. And they're coming in trying to make something happen, and they target the wrong LeBlanc clone, and LeBlanc does actually get away, but Ryze does not have as good of a luck, and Nocturne goes running for the hills. So we have 5-5 here. I think I missed a death from someone. I must have been rambling about something and completely missed that death, but that's okay. And Ahri is pretty low, is going to farm up, and forcing LeBlanc to go back there, even with the blue buff, really does give Ahri a little bit of advantage in that lane. And as I said, that bottom turret is down, so this lane is going to be a little less safe. As the two bottom guys, Caitlyn and Taric, do take over the middle. So going to do a little bit more pushing in this middle, and looks like they're going to go back, just trying to cover for LeBlanc there. And Irelia is going to get the red, as Irelia should. And like I said, looking pretty even so far. There is almost a 2k gold advantage for 12-inch ELO at this point. And I think they do have pretty good war coverage here, so they see Nocturne coming in and LeBlanc being kind of caught in this river area here. Maokai's coming down, but there's really not much they could do, especially with LeBlanc almost landing that complete combo on Ahri, but still half of her health does go down. But she is kind of worthless right here, right now, and it looks like the root is going to go down, and LeBlanc goes down, but I think Ahri is going to be... Oh, no, she's not. Oh, what a great save there by the Aurinator. Uses that little bit of spell vamp just to save herself, and it ends up working out really for the best. But she does have to go back, heal up a little bit. They do get... I think she did get the kill. Yeah. No, I cannot see in the chat. So I think Ahri did get the kill. 2 and 1 now. Yeah, she definitely got the kill. And that should really set up pretty well. So it's now 6 and 5, and that gold advantage is moving to almost 3,000. Nope, still 2,000 actually. I can't do math for anything. And so as we reset here, it looks like the farming advantage anyway, has kind of tilted a little bit in favor of the blue team, Team Faux. Not very much, just enough to actually say it. And that full combo does go down on Ahri again, and there goes half of her health yet again. It is definitely a ballet match happening in here, which is actually kind of funny because of the Magician LeBlanc. Anyway, they definitely saw Nocturne coming in. They might be trying here for a trap, but Ahri cannot take another hit from another combo from this LeBlanc. It looks like they are going to root the Nocturne. 3v1 here. LeBlanc's combo, I think, actually went down. I don't even think it went down. She got the chain down on Ahri, but oh, she lands it. And Caitlyn coming from the side, getting an amazing ultimate there on Ahri. And LeBlanc is going to come in here and try and clean up the work. And there goes Jana, caught a little bit out of position. Oh, and she just took way too much damage. But Irelia is coming in, trying to make the most of this here. But I don't think she's going to be able to do everything. And, ooh, and takes down the wrong one. But Ryze is coming in, trying to get as many hits as he can off on this Irelia. And it looks like no other kills are going to go down. But that did even the score a little bit. We're down to about 1,500 gold instead of 2,000 plus. Dragon is back up. And let's see how we're going to combat this here. No magic resist as of yet for Ahri, but it just does so much damage. I don't know if that would be worth it to sack your build. She did get the giant spell to maybe last a little bit longer. But they really just need to get better positioning. Excuse me. They just really need to get better positioning so that Ahri just doesn't completely melt to that LeBlanc combo. And it looks like blue team is going to try and take down the dragon here. Purple team can totally see them going to do this. So we'll see how this works out. And it looks like there is going to be a dragon confrontation here. And look, the combo does go almost down on Jana. Jana is not really in a good position, but she uses ultimate to get out of trouble. A great, actually no, that wasn't that great of a taunt there because that was not the real one. But it looks like, oh, and Ahri is going to go in and take out, just completely wipe that LeBlanc off the face of the earth. A great use of the ultimate there, but I do believe that I didn't actually see who got that dragon there. It was a great fight. I think that blue team actually did pull out and get it, unless I missed the steal there. Really need to work on this awareness here. But does look like purple team is pulling ahead. We're almost to 3,000 gold here, and they're going to get another tower. So those early deaths are really not coming to haunt them yet. Let's look at some builds here. Looks like Heart of Gold, gold per 5 for the for Jana, which is pretty good. 3 Dorn's Blades, 4 Misfortune. I always love that. You know, some people start with Dorn's Blades and then buy 2 more, or they go boots first and then buy 2 or 3 depending on the situation. Just really love that. You know, if you're ahead, then you can get more ahead with that use of Dorn's Blades. And if you're behind, then you can use Dorn's Blades to get that little bit of extra so that going into the middle game, and then you just sell them as you go along. So yeah, they're really strong. Looks like Ahri got Rylai's first. She didn't go for the Spell Vamp first, but I think that the Rylai's was to really kind of get some damage and protect against that against that LeBlanc burst at the same time. So I think it was a pretty good play. Irelia is in a little dangerous waters here. Actually, she might be able to take both of these guys, to be honest with you. And looks like they are pinging the red, so it looks like they're going to go for the red steal, maybe. Looks like they want LeBlanc here before it actually happens. And Maokai actually not going to go for the red. They don't really have any vision here right now. Not very much happening in the ward. And, yep, looks like they're all going to pack up at the red. So this red steal is going to go off without a hitch. And Jana taking some damage there, and still taking some damage. The tornado actually misses. And Nocturne does get the successful red steal there. Does not leave a minion, which is fine, you know, especially with something as... Oh, and misses the chains. But yeah, so it looks like LeBlanc, it did get 3 Doran's rings, and now is rushing the death cap. It's a pretty good idea for damage. Maokai is coming from behind. I think that they can see him, though, and are looking to sandwich him. He did put the ward down and is getting the heck out of dodge, so to speak. I really like this Wit's End pick for Irelia. You know, I think Wit's End is really an underrated item. You know, it's not the best item in the game, but like I think it just synergizes well with a lot of bruiser builds, and it's not really that expensive, and it, you know, it just gives you that amount of magic damage that and attack speed. And so it looks like a fight is going to go down in the middle, and just LeBlanc gets melted there by the group of 4 as the other 3 run away, and that LeBlanc damage right there is going to look like is going to give them the Baron here. It is warded, so they can, blue team can see what is going on. This Banshee's Veil, this quick Banshee's Veil, I know it gives a lot of mana. Maybe some Ryze players can kind of let me know about this. Oh, and looks like they're gonna try and punish, but it's not actually gonna work. And Caitlyn goes down without a hitch. Some great focusing going on. They really need to get Nocturne here, and now they can focus on the Ryze, and it looks like they're gonna get this Baron for free. They're gonna get this Baron completely for free, 2 for 1, right there. And they need yeah, Irelia and Maokai are gonna tank it, and that is gonna happen, and it is gonna be amazing. And there comes Irelia coming in, trying to get some damage down on that Ryze, and it looks like he is going to go down easy. So I don't know if that was a great use there, but LeBlanc comes in from behind, takes that Jana right off guard. Doesn't get the full combo down on Ahri, but that's all right. And it looks like LeBlanc is going to chase the Maokai. The Ignite does go down, and he's gonna die. He's gonna die. I mean, a little bit silly there. Maybe trying to do a little too much. But that's alright. And it looks like he's gonna find the Ahri too, but Ahri does a shit ton of damage against the LeBlanc. Almost takes her completely down. But this is a point in time where you don't really want to be messing around. You don't want to lose that advantage that you have. Looks like the free Baron didn't actually happen there. People were respawning way too quickly, I guess. Oops, excuse me. And it looks like the creep score has gone back into 12-inch ELO's favor quite slightly. And gold disparity, we are now up to almost 5,000 gold, so it is looking good with 14 to 10, and I think they do have a tower advantage here. Yes, they have 3 towers compared to 1. So, yes, I know that it's up there too. I just kind of realized that after saying it. And it's even 5,000 gold now, so it is not getting out of hand, so to speak. But I think that the late game anyway, with Irelia, with Maokai, with Ahri, there's just a lot more potential in this late game with 12-inch ELO than there is. And Irelia just completely melting that Ryze, getting caught out of position, and LeBlanc just leaving. But they really couldn't really do very much with the 4v2, and caught it kind of out of position. They don't want to play that too sloppy. And it looks like we are going to contest Baron yet again. And I think this one might go a little bit easier. We'll see. LeBlanc can really pick people off, so we'll see. And they do see him coming up in the bush. They're going to pull off and try to make this happen. Maokai goes down, and Tarek just gets completely melted. Nocturne comes diving and trying to focus that Jana. I don't know how good of a focus that was, but it looks like that this is going to end very quickly, and that is a 3 for nothing. Looks like Caitlyn is just running away, and there's the surrender. 5 votes to nothing, and a great solid game after kind of a shaky opening for 12-inch ELO. They come out with the victory. So congratulations to them. I think we are going to do more. We are going to do more scrims here, but